Hi everyone, welcome back to El Poteco. Today we are making keychains with another geode-like design. And this is my first time trying this out, so that's why we make keychains. Let me just show you. I use different color pigments and glitters. And this is one, this is two, and this is three. They're all very different, very unique. We first drew out some gold lines and then filled in the spaces with the colors and glitters, and I will show you exactly how we make them, so let's get started. This is the resin that we are using for this project. It is Total high performance resin, the slow hardener version. It comes with 3 hardener versions, slow, medium, and fast. This is the slow hardener version. This resin comes with calibrated pumps, which makes the measuring process a lot easier. I measured out 1 pump of part B, the hardener, and 1 pump of part A, the resin, in this cup. I am using a paper cup that I had previously used before, and that's why you see purple resin at the bottom of this cup. Since this is a paper cup, resin does not peel off of it, it cures to it, and it pretty much sticks to it, it stays on it. And since this resin comes with calibrated pumps, we don't have to worry about that cured resin. We don't have to worry about using measuring cups that have the measuring lines on them. I just love being able to reuse these cups easily, and honestly any of the materials that I can reuse is always a plus. I just want to make note that the clips of me mixing resin is always sped up to save time, and usually around 4 times speed. For this layer I am going to be doing the background color, which I will be using this midnight blue from Black Diamond Pigments. I am creating the keychains with the design facing up. So we're doing the base color first, which is this blue, and then we will be adding our geode design on this base, and then we will seal it with a clear top coat. Again, this mixing is really sped up, and if you mix at this speed, you will get a lot of bubbles in your mixture. So mix slow and steady to minimize the amount of bubbles in your mixture. This is the mold that we are using. It is a rectangle keychain mold that I made, and it is available in my mold shop. I will link it in the description. You will also find the other materials that I used in this video in the description. If there are any discount codes, you will also find that as well. I do offer a discount code for my YouTube viewers to my mold shop. If you want to try out the resin that I am using, purchasing through my link will also save you some money as well. So for this pour, I had first cleaned the mold with packaging tape, and then I poured the blue resin in, and now I am using a small brush with a silicone tip to go around the corners of my rectangle keychains. Bubbles tend to get trapped at the corners often. Doing this will bring the bubbles to the surface, and we can pop them with a heat gun. You want to make sure that you are using a silicone brush for this step because you don't want to scratch up your mold in this process. If you do leave any scratch marks, it will reflect in your piece and all of the other pieces that you make in the future. So we're going to let this first layer harden, and it took about 6 to 7 hours for me. Once it's hardened, we are back now to draw some gold lines. We are using this Cerne relief from Pebeo. I hope I'm pronouncing all of that right. These are the gold lines that will be separating our colors and glitters. I am drawing them at completely random spots and just what I have in mind of what a geode would be. Honestly, this is the first time trying something geode like, so yeah, I'm just gonna hope this turns out nice. This is the second time I've used this paint as well, and it's not the most comfortable to get used to, I guess. I am applying a little bit of pressure to the tube as I draw my lines, so trying to make it as even as I can, and this is what my final lines look like. You can see a little bit of the depth that we have. We're going to let this dry, and the instructions didn't really say how long, so I just left it overnight. And now we are back to pour the colors. Well, not really pour, we're gonna paint these colors on. We will be using different shades of blue, and this first color is a mix of midnight blue and royal blue from Black Diamond Pigments. The second color is this mystic opal from May Springs. It's more of a greenish, and then we will have a blue glitter from Elversea. This is a color shifting glitter. Again, all of these materials will be linked in the description. I mixed all of this with a little bit of resin, just a very little bit, and it is the same resin that we are using, Total high performance resin, the slow hardener version. I tried to use a small stir stick, which was the orange stick that you saw me use first, to apply this blue color, but then I switched to the silicone brush. This is the same silicone brush that we used to go around the corners of our keychains to pop any of the bubbles. I switched to this brush because it felt like the orange stick was pouring a lot of resin, a lot more than I need, and I didn't want it to overflow past these gold lines. I am painting these colors and glitters in random spots. Just like how I randomly drew the lines, I don't have a placement plan for these colors. I'm just kind of going by what feels right, what looks right as I'm painting these. One thing I did keep in mind was to not have the same two colors next to each other. I am also using the base color, the regular midnight blue, as one of the colors, so I am keeping a section or two empty, not filled in, just to show that color. When you try out this technique, you can fill in the base color with other colors, you can add more gold lines, you can make it your own. I think this design would look really cute as coasters or trays, and even as wall decor on canvas and stuff. That would be really pretty. I am definitely going to try this design in other pieces and share that process with you. I am doing this small test on a keychain because this is my first time doing this. One of the perks of working facing up is that we can pretty much see what the design is going to look like right now, and it looks really pretty already. If you want to see me make anything specific with this design, let me know in the comments. This is the last block that I am painting on, and I'm just going back to add any extra resin if I need. Now I let that layer fully cure, and it was about another 6 to 7 hours. Now we are back to pour a clear top coat. Before that, I am just using packaging tape to clean up any of the drips along the sides. For this last clear layer, I am going to try my best to fill the cavity to get a little dome effect. That means I cannot have the resin spill over the edge of the cavity. Cleaning up the edges will help the resin stay in the cavity, so that's why I did that. And then I also don't want to pour too little, because if I do, then there might be a slight concave edge in the keychains. I start by pouring a little bit at a time and then add more if I need. Once I'm done pouring this clear layer, I will let that fully cure, and then we'll be back to demold this. The demolding for the pieces that we work facing up is not too much of a surprise. We have exactly the design that we placed. We'll just have to clean up the edges a little bit, and I will show you how I do that. The back is the base color, and these are so pretty. I probably could have done a better job painting the colors in the spaces and staying within the lines, but that's not bad for my first time, I think. So now let's go clean this up and then add the keychain hardware. The sides only had tiny resin drips that pretty much popped right off when I bent them, so the cleanup wasn't too bad. I am just using a box cutter to go along the sides to make sure it is clean and not sharp. I know a lot of makers use a deburring tool for this step, but I prefer the box cutter because I feel like I have more control, and also the deburring tool, I find that it chamfers my edges, which gives it like a little bezel, and I don't like that. So that's why I stick to my box cutter. Sometimes I will use a nail filer, or I will glue sandpaper to a stick and use that to sand down edges. Now to make them into keychains, I got these key rings from Amazon. They are 1-inch wide key rings. These are 8mm jump rings, and I am using 2 pliers to open them up, and then I will loop the keychain and the jump ring together. And I will link all of the materials in the description. You can just search up Amazon for key rings though, and you will find a lot of different other designs as well. So that's how I turn these into keychains. The keychains look like they needed a little bit of wiping down, so I am using a microfiber cloth to clean them up so we can get a clearer look at them. So this is what the front looks like, and this is the back. The back actually looks kind of plain, so I think it'd be really cute if we added like a personalization on there, but the front design is very pretty and I really love it. Definitely personalization on the back would add a lot to this. Everyone loves their names on products, especially the keychains. This is the last of the keychains, and they're all very unique, very nice. Let me know what you think of these keychains and what you want to see me make with this design. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed making these keychains with me, and I hope you had a lot of fun trying out this new Geode design with me. I am definitely going to be using this design in other pieces and probably make some wall art with this. So if you want to see that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like if you like it. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about these keychains, and I'll see you next time.